the leadership of the military and the military-industrial complex and the political pawns that they control are, of course, not surprised at all, knowing that there will be a blowback, that there will be responses, there will be retaliation. But of course, they have to do a lot of window dressing, and unfortunately, the United States is extremely good at this sort of smokescreen and mirror kind of tactic, in which they make themselves seem as the victim, because they will say like, oh, we were just there. Probably they maybe to quote unquote fight against terrorists, fight against Daesh, and now suddenly we were under attack by these Iran-backed militants. And of course, Iran-backed militants is something that they always use because they don't want to say who they're actually attacking, which in this case, who have they been carrying airstrikes on and attacks on for years now. They've been carrying out attacks against Syria. Just as they've been carrying out attacks against members of the Hashd al-Sha'abi, the Popular Mobilization Forces in Iraq, just as they've carried out attacks against members of Hezbollah from Lebanon, they have been murdering Syrian people, both soldiers and civilians, for years, and are occupying their territory, Syrian territory, with the help of certain often Kurdish ethnic supremacist groups, such as the so-called Syrian Democratic Forces, who have engaged in ethnic cleansing of Arabs and Assyrians in Syria itself. And now, of course, what happens is that there is a response, and this response is in direct retaliation for earlier airstrikes. So the American airstrikes came first, and now there is a rocket attack against these American bases. And these American bases, indeed, as has been mentioned, they have absolutely no reason to exist. They were not allowed by the Syrian Arab Republic. They are not operating under any form of United Nations mandate or by any international law. In fact, what they are doing is this is the last vestige of a desperate U.S. attempt to keep on destabilizing Syria. They have failed with the so-called Free Syrian Army. They have failed by supporting all these Wahhabi Takfiri groups, and they have failed to dislodge, dismember, and destroy Syria. And now they're trying to punish Syria economically.